Hi guys, it's Nigel again. Right, this is going to be my build for the Canadian Honour Our Heroes group build hosted by Storm and Gnome. I didn't think I had a kit, but I went and had a look in my limited stash, and to be quite honest, I only got one kit in there. The kids have got more than me. This kit I was going to do for my group build, but decided I want to try and get a Spit to do it, a Mark 5 Spitfire, to do it in desert scheme. So, without further ado, this is the kit I'm going to do with this scheme. Right, it's a Mark 1 Kitty Hawk from the Royal Canadian Air Force 111 Squadron in Anchorage, Alaska, 1942. Alright, so without further ado, let's get to the first page. And as normal, it starts with the cockpit. This bit here. Alright, so I'll just put that up there. Limited space, but we should be able to manage. Okay, so first off, start with the cockpit. Let's have a look. Just a minute, somebody at the door. About that, I'm back. Right, where were we? Yeah, onto the cockpit. So let's have a look. Let's get all the springs out of the bag first, and then we can have a proper look at them. So let's have a look. Right, cockpit floor is 13C, which is this one. Well, this is nice to see. What I was building last time, well, not last time, the Rebel Cobra, the sprung gates were massive, and I mean massive. So it was a bit of a nightmare actually trying to get them close to the part, so I didn't ruin the part. But these are a lot better by the looks of it at the moment. So this one, you do the cockpit obviously, but instead of going to the inside of the fuselage, you're doing the fuselage halves together and the cockpit goes up inside. So I should be able to get quite a bit done before I have to look about painting it and bits and bobs. So there, them bits, let's have a look. We want part 3L or 3K. Just a minute. Alright, I'm doing the K1 version, because there's two versions of the instrument panel. Mark 1 version A for version 40E and for version P40K. What? Just a minute. How the bloody hell am I supposed to know which version I'm doing at the minute? Right, so we want the tail version. BDF, cut it off. It's the original tail, so it's 1M, 2M. For the original tail is BDF. Sorry about this. Oh, I hate it. I hate it when they do this, make things complicated. The instructions aren't that clear. Well, let's have a look. See if I can do it that way. Ah, there they are. Oh, there's a lot of flash on these bits. Right, so basically this same 3L, this was 3L, I think it's this one. So I don't know if you can see it, but can you see some of the flash on that? All these bits here and here are meant to be free flowing. There's a lot of flash around the side of it, so that's going to need a lot of cleaning up. The armour plating for the back. There we are. Right, any more parts on that bit? No, I don't think so. We'll put that over there for a minute. Any more parts for the cockpit? Let's have a look. Right, where's the joystick? Joystick. 18, yep, there it is. Oh, I love these tiny parts. What I don't like, see these tiny, let's just show you, this tiny part here, you can see the pin there, for turning, you can just see they're pretty right close to the thing, so trying to cut it off you've got to be really, really careful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it there, and then try and then off with the knife. And 19, the bit next to it is exactly the same, so do that, and that, and then right, that's going to free the drop tanks up. So then we'll just cut this bit off here and just put that over there. Right, so there's clear parts as well, but I think I've got, so these bits I'll just clean them up now. And if I don't talk very much, don't be offended. It's just it's the first time I've tried to do one like this, where I'm just doing a build as I go, and hopefully it all goes okay. So hopefully when I start Grim Jim's and Mark O'Neill's group build, I'll be doing exactly the same. So this is sort of like a practice for me. I know what I'm doing with aircraft, especially a Second World War aircraft. With that being armour and modern armour at that, I'm going to be trying to do a live build on it. So if I need any question, if I need to ask any questions, it's there straight away, and I can ask questions. Okay, I'll clean that bit up in a minute. I'll take that bit off and that bit off in a minute. Right, that's onto the cockpit floor. So yeah, bits of flash in this that I just need to cut out. I'm hoping the decals are just as good as the ones for the Mirage, because they were superb, settled down really, really well, and what have you. Especially when being big ones. When I took them off the back, well, put them in the water to take them off the backing paper, they came off more or less straight away. With no waiting, no struggling, came off beautifully, and then when I put them on the actual aircraft, they just went, yeah, this is where we're going. And that's where I needed them. It was brilliant the way they went on. So, right, the detail for this is quite good actually. I don't know whether you'll be able to make this out on my rubbish camera. See the detail on that cockpit side? That is brilliant. Only time I've seen detail like that is maybe on the resin piece I did for the Tempest, which was superb. Same again. I've just noticed on the seat there's some seat belts, very basic seat belts. So I'm going to go online later and try and find some photos. And then I'll use a bit of tin foil. Well, not tin foil really. I have got tin foil, but bottom of a pie case, and that's a meat pie case going. And use them for the seat belts, so I might scrape them off, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. The reason I said that about Colin, I was talking to him last night, and I told him that I met because own pies, minced onion, steak and kidney, just steak, chicken, and he looked at me going out, he said, putting meat in a pie? Well, why would you do that? I said, well, that's what we do over here. And he mentioned about shepherd's pie and stuff like that. Obviously, America or Canada, their pies would be like what we call tarts, you know, treacle tarts and stuff like that. I assume. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, obviously. So yeah, so I was talking about them last night and saying about pies, but if it's wrapped in pastry, cooked in a dish, what would you call it? I forgot to ask you last night, so if you can answer that for me, that'd be brilliant, and then we can go and discuss what everybody's favourite pie choice. There's a question for you. What is everybody's favourite pie? Be it the American version where lemon meringue pie or whatever, or whether it's maybe a UK Europe pie, steak and kidney, mince and onion. That's a question for you. Let's have a look at this. That goes. No, wrong way round. So that goes in which parts, right? There, like that. So they're going to be these bits here. They're going to be the foot controls. So let's get them tidied up a bit because there is a lot of flash on this that needs tidying up. And I do know that Chris and Alex just recently bought one at Telford. Lucky buggers. And I did direct them to my video. I did the review on this. I've had it a while, but I've bought other things to join other group builds with. So this one, because I know what I'm doing, should be a fairly quick build for me. So let's have a look at this. Right, the smaller bits. Very gently rock it backwards and forwards. There we are. And again, very gently. There we are. Rock it backwards and forwards, and then we'll just clean them up. So that's the instrument. That's the cockpit all cleaned up. So now I'm just going to stick it together, and then it's ready for paint. So let's just dry fit that bit first. Oh, that's nice and tight. Make sure it's all the way down, and just the seat. Well, that's good. It just slots straight in. Some are a little bit awkward to fathom where they go. Say some. Well, let's have a look at that. So I'll just put that over there for a minute. Let that just set up a minute, and then we'll look at putting the instrument panels in, and I don't know what that knob is, what this other stick is, but it obviously needs to go in. Let's just check the hole size. Right, it goes in. Sorry lads, I'll put it over it. And just a little bit of glue. And we'll put that into there like that. And then once this is set up, it's ready for paint. But I can crack on with looking at the fuselage and getting that cleaned up. So when I get the paint out, I only have to get it out, and I can paint a lot of it in one go. Right, so there's the fuselage, seat and the controls all built up, so I'll just put that out of the way with those bits and we'll move on to fuselage, which is step 2. So, bits for the fuselage. We need, don't want the prop yet. Oh, that's good. I can, yeah, that's good. Right. What I'm saying is, some they have bits that go through the fuselage, through the propeller, into the fuselage, and then they have to stick on like that. Okay, I'm just going to pause you for 2 minutes. I'm back. Just could it. My wife was shouting me for something. Right, so part 42. That's for that. B 5A, screw A, C, A, right, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, yeah, so, that one, that one, and that one. And we'll clean these bits up. So far this plastic, it's nice plastic to work with, not too hard, not too brittle, but not just nice. Actually, it's nice to cut into, which is good. Oh, that bit's rolling off. Stay. And cutting these bits off. That's the male that's just got here, giving me a heart attack. Actually, that's not the. Alright then. 7A. 6. There it is. That bit I've just cut off is for the cowling for the undernose radiator. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, there's even some nice mesh detail. So I'm going to see if this will go in and then I can paint it when it's actually in the model, in the fuselage. You're probably not going to be able to pick this up. But I don't know if you can just see, there is a little bit of mesh in there. So it should bring it with some nice dry brushing and whatever, it should come out really, really well, that. So yeah, there's plenty of flashes and little bits on this. So let's have a look. Right, so that goes in there like that. Some sink marks in that. Let's see what we can do with that. Right. As you can see, there's some sink marks. So I'm going to try and get rid of most of it, just so it's not so noticeable. All I'm doing here is just using a rounded knife and just scraping it. Let's just get it in here. I just need to get a little bit of sandpaper, just 2 minutes. Right, so my sanding tool, let's see what we've got in here. That should do it. This is just some 800 wet and dye that I'm just going to get a quick write down on once I find it. There we are. And right, sorry about that. Neighbour's boiler needed fixing, so we were looking out for engineer. Right, where was I? Oh yes, cleaning this up. Oh, no, that was cleaned up. So it's onto this one. Again, some of the details are a bit soft. Yeah, it's going to need a rescribe and what have you. And flash needs taking off. So right, let's see what it fits like. Not brilliant. It's going to be lips. I hope you can just see all the way down, especially around the cockpit, and it's not quite lined up, so that's going to need a trim there as well once it's all built. I hate it. I'd rather, see this bit here, I'd rather give an internal bay for the tail wheel instead of doing it like that. And you've got to get rid of that seam, and it's going to be nigh on impossible to actually get in there and file it down. But we'll have to have a look at that. Right, so those should be fixed. A bit more flash to clean off. quite a lot of flash actually. There we are. Yeah, should be able to get in paint. Some more flash to tidy up on there. Just seeing if I can get it in so I can get the fuselage together and have a look at it, and then I can, once I get it in, that way around, because it'll be easier to seat it that way and get it in the right place. Might have to take these nubs off to do it though. It seems very tight down there. Seems right. Right, so I'm going to have to paint it separate. I was hoping I could paint it while it's in to get this bit built up, but never mind. And what we can do, I can put the cowlings on. And it's onto painting the cockpit and that bit up, which I'll not bore you with because I'll be using enamels on the interior, and that will take jeez. So there's two different cowlings. I've got to make sure I get the right ones. K1 and 2. So look at these. I'll flash on there again. Oh, that's okay, that's going to have the. I had a slight bit of burring or seam, a joint line just running down it. Luckily, it's hidden. So I might look at drilling these out. But I think I'll Put them into the cowling. So I've got a bit more to grab onto. So gentle sanding. Let's have a look at that. Let's see what it fits like. If we get the right side. Well, that doesn't line up on the real aircraft. I'll have a look in a minute. Let's have a look. I'll show you what I'm on about. Where is it? Right. It does. I'll make sure I get the right one. Right. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. But see this, there's a power line that runs all the way down here. And then there's one in the cowling that's meant to join up. By the looks of it on what I can see. It might not, so I might get away with it, but the fit's not brilliant on this. Might be because more flash. This was meant to be a simple build, turning into not being, no matter. At least I know what I'm doing. Unlike on the helicopter, or the Mirage for that matter even, because I've only done a few jets. That I might be able to get my tongue in, manipulate it into the right sort of place. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick it all together to get it in properly. But what I will do to put these in there. Like so. Glue. Clean these bits with this bit up. There we are, smashing. Just glue this bit in, and then I think it will have to be it for now. Because like I said, I'm not going to bore you with the painting of it. What I'll probably do my next update will probably be the fuselage all painted and glued together. I might not even glue it together. Well, I'll have a think. But the next update, the cockpit will definitely be painted, and we'll look at building it actually together and sorting the wings out. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to have to decide whether I want bombs or whatever on it, or a drop tank. But seeing as it's from Anchorage in Alaska, it wouldn't actually been part of the war as such, so I might just leave it clean. But I'll have a think about that. Alright, so that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on my next update. Bye for now.